Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel, and if you're new here, welcome. It's great to have you here with us. On this channel you're going to find anything to do with living in a Heritage Queenslander in Queensland, and we're here on the Sunshine Coast, so you're going to get living, interiors, gardening, bees and slow living, considered living, joyful living. So welcome. Today is my shooting day, typically, and so I thought it would be really nice to show you some of the main areas in our home. I know that that's something that you've been keen on wanting to see more details of, so let's do it. I'm actually started here in the main living space, but what I'm going to do is to just go back to the front door to orientate ourselves and give you some start point from which we will go through the home. So you know where we are, we've been here before. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and walk you through. So we're going to start at the front door, and I'm going to take you through the main part of the house at the moment. This is the entryway, and just talk a little bit about the plans, I guess, the plans for this entryway. So recently I popped this unit here. I like to mix old things, contemporary, pre-loved furniture with more modern things. And Den had this unit in his office, and I measured it up and was like, okay, that goes really well there. And what I like about it, even though it's probably a little bit big, and I would probably prefer something a bit more, a bit older, a bit more traditional, antique, I think it works for now. And what I like about it is that the under part is open. Sometimes with furniture, if it runs all the way to the ground, it can make something look, make a space look smaller. So yeah, so I put that there now, and these here are from our garden. I just picked those and they're actually drying now. This is grevillea, and I really like the hat wall. And we've got another one on this side as well. And we can add to this, I think. As far as the house is concerned, we've got all your typical architecture, interior decor of a Queenslander. The breezeways here. You'll see in most of my videos, because we live in the subtropical climate, there is always a fan going. This light here was here when we came. The previous owner left that for us, and it's lovely. It could probably do with being a little bit bigger. I like things that tend to take up space. The floor is I think it's a black, it's stained black, it's painted black, and I'm not 100% sure what the wood is or what this treatment is. I should have checked it out actually before I come on here on film today. But I'll leave a little picture or a description of what it is. It's so beautiful. It adds this kind of like contemporary feel. We've got two pugs, blonde pugs, and so it can get a little bit messy. It can always look untidy, I'm afraid, because they molt a lot. But yeah, it's just how it is. So let's move through this entryway here, this breezeway here, into the main area of the house. And this is our living area. A lot of this furniture we have brought with us from our old place down on the coast. So you're going to find here we've got lots of more modern contemporary furniture, and it's a mix of things that look beautiful and are cozy and aesthetically pleasing, but also practical because of the pets. So hence there being throws and things on the white furniture. I'll put some links in the box in description below of where we purchased this furniture. This is Coco Republic, the side chairs and the main sofa, again leather because of having the fur kids. Yeah, so this is very much a work in progress for us, decorating this. And I think if you're into interior design as well, like me, then you're going to constantly be evolving what you have in your home. And that's certainly the case for me. I don't think you ever stop changing things up. The rug we also got from Coco Republic, and we bought that at the same time as the seating. The circular table, coffee table, comes from Freedom. And then on the main wall we have the fireplace, which is wood. It's a wood fire, wood stove. That was here when we came as well, when we arrived, and was one of those, oh, we've got a fireplace, because you know we're in Queensland, we're in subtropical climate, but it does get cool. It can get to single figures, single digits in the winter. This canvas is from a local artist, local photographer up in Mullaney. I'll leave his details in the description box below as well. I'll tell you a little story about this. So this was a picture that Den's mum had given Den money for his birthday, and he purchased this for that. Anyway, when we first looked at this house, when we come through the gates into the garden, I did a double take, because purchasing that print, in the garden are 4 of these exact maple trees. It's like the artwork took us to this spot. And it was one of the first things I noticed. I thought, you just can't make this stuff up. So yeah, beautiful. We love it. It fills that space very nicely. And we put it slightly off center because that's quirky. I like quirky. We do quirky quite well here. Yeah, I just prefer it looking like that. And so if we just pan around here to the main area, or the larger area of the main area, and I'll just come back around here. So there's the front door that we just walked through. Here we have another seating area. We had 2 sitting areas in our old place. One was upstairs, the other down, and this sofa comes from the upstairs. So it was not really, it took up most of the space, and when we got here, we were thinking, where are we going to put that? Are we going to keep it? Where's the best place for it to be? Originally, we had a table and chairs here. So if you look up, you'll see this lamp, and she had 3 of those running all the way along this apex. And so we didn't want to have a full 6-seater here. So we brought the sofa and put it here. So again, work in process. We've got a progress. We've got a couple of pieces of artwork here. There's more to add to it. And actually I will at some point change this lampshade. It was a lampshade left by the previous owners. So yeah, it does its job for now. I don't really know what I want to put there for now. I don't know. I'm open to your thoughts on this. As you can see, we've got a lot of different styles. Although, you know, there's different genres, different aesthetics, there is a theme or there is a link between all of them. And I'm quite happy to mix metals, mix fabrics, and also mix textures, because to me that makes things more interesting. And there's always something to catch your eye. So if you've got any ideas for what that should be instead of this makeshift cable, then I would love to hear your thoughts on that. And then if we just cursor around here, we're going to show you the back entrance. We're not going to go through there today. I'm going to stay with the interiors. But as I've said, the floor is the same wood throughout. This leaves us with quite a big space around this area here. But when we decide to build out underneath the property, because the property's on stilts, to build underneath it, at some point there's going to need to be a stairwell, an exit and entrance point to come up to the stairs. So we estimate that this area will change. It will need to change to incorporate that stairwell. This is the kitchen. This was fairly recently put in by the previous owners, and again, it's lovely. It works well. We've got a nice double sink. We've also got all the regular standard kitchen stuff. We've got a problem with the door, so we need to fix that, hence you not seeing the front panel on that. And then we have extra storage here on the island. And then if I just turn around, we have the cooker, and then we go into the dining room. Now, this dining set was where the sofa is that I just explained. So we'd swap them out. So this looks much more pleasing to the eye. From a space perspective, it fits really well. There's only Den and I, so we don't need any more than 4 seats typically. And we've also, got the seating here on the island. One of the things that got my excitement levels really going was this kitchen and the dual windows. My heart melted. I was like, oh, it feels like we're living in the country. That is the epitome of looking outside of your window, kitchen window, which we look out a lot because we spend a fair amount of time in the kitchen, don't we? Preparing and whatever. So to see that, I was just so pleased that was the view. And the flowers are coming to the end of their life, actually. We're late summer now, it's late summer season. So the other view on the other side takes us out onto another veranda, which is the side door. And again, the previous owner has made a feature of this space with those lovely spider plants over there. That's this elevation. I'm a bit of a lamp girl. I really believe in not having overhead lighting. I cannot stand overhead lighting. It must be the designer in me. I love little pools of light, and I believe that you can never have too many standard lamps, too many table lamps. So it's nice to have one here in the kitchen. And it just, because it's quite tall, it doesn't obscure what you're doing. It doesn't obscure what you're doing when you're preparing something. I love it. We bought this in from the UK. A lot of the furniture that we have here, we have really purchased whilst we've been in Australia, but there are some pieces that we've brought with us. Let me just swap round now again and show you the dining area. I'm really happy with this. What I would love to do though is build out here. We have enough storage, but we could do with some more. In our house on the beach, we had a pantry. A pantry is the best thing for throwing stuff away and keeping all of your surfaces free, clutter-free. I absolutely loved it. We had every appliance, pretty much every appliance in our pantry. And it's not the case here. You know, we're in an old property and we could do with some more. We're either thinking to build another one of these units next to it, or have a smaller unit, sort of a tabletop, ideally the same color, white, so it blends, so it's tonal, or at least tonal, so it blends in, and then have some form of seating, maybe a banquette seating in this corner with storage below. The cat is relaxed. It's her favourite spot. That's my thoughts at this moment. So there's various bits and pieces on this unit. This unit has travelled up and down the country. It's a basic IKEA unit. What I'd really love is some kind of like traditional armoire, like maybe a farmhouse look unit, like wooden unit, white potentially, if not some kind of hardwood. That has a display area at the top and cupboard space underneath. I think that would look just fantastic, and then we can light that as well. I can have a table lamp on there, and it just moves all of this stuff away. So a combination of like open to display and then cupboard space to put all the bits and pieces. I have been looking around at antiques or antique companies, antique places that do antiques and pre-loved furniture, and there's not a great deal around. I think I've been spoiled coming from the UK, fairly close to London, and you know, living in a country that has a lot of old antique properties and furniture, and things are generally quite easy to get hold of. And I found here on the sunny coast, I know we're not that far from Brisbane, an hour away, that old furniture, pre-loved furniture, antique furniture isn't so available. You just don't see it. I mean, I've had a look on Marketplace. I've spotted 2 or 3 companies, businesses that do antiques and restore old furniture. But I'd love to find some more. So if you are in this area, sunny coast, Brisbane area, and you've got some really good contacts then and for antiques, let me know in the comments, because I'm always on the lookout. I'm always on the lookout for something that's quite interesting. It doesn't necessarily have to be restored, but it kind of needs to look nice, pretty, beautiful. So this house does have a lot of quirks. The windows are, a lot of them are pretty ill-fitting, lots of gaps. And so it would be quite nice at some point to maybe refurb these, get them properly fitted. You know, there's tons of paint on the frames. They're all wood frames. And it can be quite drafty. It also stops the bugs from coming in if they're a little more well-fitting. But I'm not sure that this beveled opaque glass was original. Probably not. I don't know. There may well have been some stained glass pieces in the windows in some respects, in some areas. I don't know. And I guess it just depends on what your aesthetic is as well, as to whether that would work. It'd be quite nice to have some around the front door. We have panes either side of the door, front door. So that might be nice. Yeah, so this is the main area. I'm just going to show you, I know it's a little bit boring, dog door. A little bit boring for a utility room, but very, very practical. And again, it's the same kind of design and the same furniture cabinetry as the kitchen. It's the dogs, the girls' apartment. So yeah, so this is the main area, and every wall in the house is wood. It's this wooden board that you typically see in Queenslanders, really high ceilings, and everything is painted white. At some point I may get a little more adventurous and start to paint it another colour, or at least some of the rooms another colour, particularly the bedroom. I'll show you that another time. If I do change it, it will probably, particularly in the kitchen and the open space area here, it will be a shade of white for sure. So I do spend quite a bit of time on Instagram and on the internet looking at other Queenslanders and seeing other people's renovations. And if you own a period property yourself and you've got your own ideas of what might look great in the kitchen, in the dining area, as far as furniture and storage is concerned, I'd love to know. And what do you think? Do you think I should keep everything white, pure white, in terms of the walls and the decor and the ceilings, or do you think I should maybe paint it another colour? Let's see.